Coming to a YouTube channel near you.
Hi, how you doing? Julian Michael here, and welcome to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in New York City, and I have all kinds of wild things happening around me. Look at this, because it's all about 9/15, 2025. 9 and 15 is 24. That's a 6. 2025 is a 9. 9 and 6, 15, 6. We're in the 6th universal day of romancing. Romancing your life in every which way, in every person, every being, no matter what. Stop with the judgment. Stop with all that and more. Romance the world. At the same time, nothing is what it seems. I'm trying to figure out this brick wall behind me and what's it doing here. Can someone help me out? Is there anyone out there? Is there anyone out there? Because we're adding a brick to the wall. Isn't that a song? Brick to the wall, something with bricks. Pink Floyd, yes. All right. What a interesting time we are having, my friend. And we spoke about this 9 in different places that I've been at. And welcome and thank you for being here in this show. And you know what? What I'm hearing before we start, let's do this. Let's just chant. Let's sing out. Let's Om 3 times, the primordial sound of the universe. Do you know they've taken the word Om and they put it into a computer and it's circles within circles within circles? It doesn't stop. It's a primordial sound of the universe. It's a high frequency. It's an O, 15th letter of the alphabet, which is a 6. The M is the 13, 4, 6 and 4, 10, 1. So basically what we're doing is we're acknowledging the tree of life. Our tree of life, us being that tree of life. Look at that. Look at what I can create. I've just created a painting over myself. Wow, how can that be if I do that? Okay, so let's Om. Excellent, excellent. So, what would you like to discuss? Anyone, anybody out there? Give me an Om, give me something. Yes, yes. As Chris, Bigfoot, I feel he's here, but he's next to me and he's invisible. So being invisible as Bigfoots go in and out of the visible and the invisible planes, they're the shapeshifters. And I believe that Chris is doing some sort of shape-shifting. So let's talk. Let's talk of what's going on. And the big subject is, of course, the death the life, the eternity of that. Of our friend, our brother, and at the same time, everyone and everybody on this planet is a part of you. Yes? What if that's the case? And I realized that a long time ago, when I got into reading about Buddhism and Hinduism and Kabbalah, and I started doing numerology in 1980. Wow, 45 years ago. And I read this book, and it was called the Bhagavad Gita. And there was a phrase in this book, because it's the Bible of India. And it says, nobody is out there except for you. Nobody is out there except for you. What do you feel that means? Nobody's out there except for you. And as a psychotherapist, I started using that. I started using this vibration of nobody's out there except for you. And then I realized, wait a second. All these clients, all these people, all the people that I'm around, they're showing me. Past, present, future, now. Nobody's out there except for me. Yeah. So what part of you, even if you like or dislike Charles James Kirk, Charlie Kirk, and it doesn't matter what you think, what you don't think. No one deserves to die this way, this horrible way. Blessings to all involved, to his family, to his children, all that he's touched and untouched, and people who dislike him for whatever reason. That's your business. But know this, that he himself was a pioneer in his own way. He was the explorer. He was in command with grace as a leader, fearless, goes where angels don't go, here to teach others to have confidence, awareness, and be the navigator of their destiny. And how did I find that out? Well, his name at birth. His name at birth, which is Charles James Kirk. Take the letters to a number. Those numbers have a meaning. They're the light language of source and God. It's numerology. Numerology is a science. The father of mathematics is the father of numerology. His name was Pythagoras. Still is. He's still around. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Pythagorean theorem. 550 BC, a great philosopher, mathematician, vegan, as well as peacemaker, musician, poet, architect, writer, philosopher. Has own mystery schools at 56 years old. Yes, 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 yes. There's time for you, youngins, to have that mystery school in Crotone, Italy, as he did at 56. And he said, everything in the universe is number. That number has a meaning. Wow. Everything in the universe is number. That number has a meaning. And then he goes, what if? You're born, you have a name, your parents named you, but yet you're the one that goes from one life to another life. You're the one that goes through one incarnation to the next. What if there are past lives? What if you're the one who chose this name? Because the name is your blueprint of your physical and cosmic movie. You're the one who understands your soul's growth, your soul's evolution. So you're the one that named yourself because you're a walking, talking, physical, cosmic frequency. You're a walking, talking, physical, cosmic frequency. What a concept that you name yourself. That In Between Lives, which is the book by Dr. Brian Weiss, Many Lives, Many Masters. It's about being in between lives, the life after you've died and the one that you're entering, which is this life. You're in between lives. You're with your architects. You're with your planners. You're with your angels, your guides, your avatars. In this play of consciousness that's taking place, they're advising you, they're planning with you your next steps when you're born. And there's certain things that are fact, that are truth, that are part of your planning in this life. And that is, if you're married, if you have children, and the mother and father, that you choose and they choose you. Because in between lives, before you're born, there's all these negotiations, there's all this arbitration taking place for you to understand that now, what is it that you wish to do with these parents that you're born to? And what are they going to do with you? And what are you here to learn? And it's all there in the numerology. It's all there in the frequency. It's all there. What a concept. It's a science. It's ancient teachings. And that's what we're all about here. Ancient teachings. And why did I say that about Charles James Kirk? Because if you take his letters and you put them into numbers, for instance, the C is the 3 of Charles. And that 3 is that vibration of the C. And look at the C. It looks like a mouth, doesn't it? So it's all about communication and expression. It's all about creativity. It's all about also being that with oneness, allowing oneness, and you being the channel of that voice of oneness, of all that there is, of God, of God's voice. That's what C's are all about. Also listening to what is not being said. So each letter has its correspondence to a number. That number has a meaning. It's the light language of that, of source, all that there is of God. So Charles James Kirk, if you add all the letters to the numbers and you add everything up, and the sum turns out to be a 1. A one soul destiny. What a concept. A one soul destiny. And that's why I said he's independent, free, fearless, going where angels don't go, has that confidence, that awareness, that navigator of his destiny. Yes, it was time for him to go. I guess. God bless him and all that he's done and all that he's touched. Again, it doesn't matter what you think or you don't think about him. No one deserves to die the horrible way that he died. What is your soul destiny? What is your first letter represents, which is your foundation letter, which means that every letter on your birth certificate, which is your plan, that's your certificate. That's your contract with all that there is. What is it? What is your first letter, that foundation letter? That every letter of your name embraces that letter. Is there one out there who wants to understand and know what their letter is? Is there anyone out there? Yes? So you have the C of Charles. As I said, the one. You might ask, what are birth dates? What are birth dates? And Alicia, are you there, Alicia? With an A? Alicia with the A, the first letter? Look at the form of that Alicia first letter. It's a rocket ship. Huh. A rocket ship. It's also the arrow. The arrow representing your what? Your dreams, your aspirations. What is it that you wish to accomplish as an A, first letter of Alicia? So you're the one who has those arrows. You have your bow. You take that arrow and you're about to shoot that arrow. And you shoot it, laser, success. But there's challenges to Alicia. A, if you're an A, first letter, first name, your foundation letter. The challenge is the fact that you're here to learn how to stand on your own feet, be aligned, and not have too many arrows, not have too many things going on at the same time. To be in harmony. Not have too many arrows because you get confused and you don't finish what you've started. That's the challenge. All letters, all numbers, we ourselves have challenges. And in the numerology, it shows those challenges. Birth dates. Alicia, I love birth dates. Yes. Is anyone out there with a birth date? Birth dates are wonderful because they're your social security card. I call them your PIN number. We have a PIN number to bank accounts. We have a PIN number to this site, the password to get on StreamYard here, to get on our phones, to get on our computers. We have a password to our soul's account, month, day, and year. And these three energies create the fourth energy, which is your main energy. And that energy of your birth date, month, day, and year, and the sum of that, those four vibrations. What a concept. To understand and know what's happening to you this year, this month, this day, the years ahead. Your relationships, your health, your wealth, all that in this PIN number. And as we started talking about Charles James Kirk, Charlie Kirk, a one, And you might ask, but how about Charlie Kirk? He didn't call himself Charles James Kirk. He called himself Charlie Kirk. When you don't use your name at birth, which is 99% of the people, yes, you don't use it. Alicia, you don't use your whole name on your birth certificate. Chris, you don't use it. I don't use it. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk comes out to a 6 vibration. The 6. The arm of God over the circle. The arm of God over the circle, over the mouth, over the stomach. What is it that you're speaking? What is it that you're experiencing, that you're sharing with us? 6 being that of the mouth, 6 being that of your stomach. What is it that you're putting into your stomach? What kind of foods? Organic, hopefully. Something fresh, something delicious. Yes. At the same time, the 6 is also that of your heart. What are you feeling in your heart? It's the romantic. It's the lover of love. It's romancing the world. Charlie Kirk romanced the world. He didn't hold on to people's stuff, anger, hurt, pain. He knew how to process things very quickly. Is there anyone out there? Hello? Hello? Is there anyone out there? You are, Alicia. Can you come on? Let's have you on. Let's have you on, Alicia, if you're here.
Okay. Hello.
There you are.
Here I am.
Yeah.
I was kind of doing stuff in the background. So it's Althea.
Where is everybody?
I don't know. I see there's at least 3 people that are watching, but they're being shy and not putting any comments in the chat, apparently.
Shyness. There's no room for shyness now.
I know.
There's more people now coming on. Look at all these people coming on. There's no room for shyness because for us to share our expertise, who we are, our love, our passion, our experiences with family, with children, our experiences of how to cook, of not to cook, our experiences of whatever it is that we're experiencing. It's time to share these experiences and not to be shy. There's no room to be shy. And allow yourself to open your mouth and allow source to come through.
Yeah. So I texted you my birthday. It's June 12th, 1962. And years ago, I had a numerologist go through all the calculations. And they said, basically, that is a 9. So if you want to talk about what a 9 means from a birthday point of view, that would be cool.
How do I know you're a 9? You say you're a 9, but let me do the calculation.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, because who knows? Maybe they were wrong.
I'm sure they're not, because I'm sure they were correct and they showed you. Yes?
Yeah, it made sense at the time. And a lot of it seems to have come true in my life.
So let's see. Alicia says she's a 9. Let's see if you're a 9, dear. So let me get my pen.
So you know what, Julian? I don't know how many people are familiar with numerology that have tuned in, but maybe you want to back up a tiny bit and just explain a little bit about like how you break things up and how you started about how letters have certain numbers to them, but maybe talk a little bit about the numerology itself, like each of the numbers, and like, so birthdays can have numerology, street addresses, houses, your name can have it, different events in your life can have it. And why is it something that's useful to know? Maybe kind of back it up a little bit that way.
Darling, you're doing fine. You can do my numerology. I'll just sit back and you can do the show.
Oh,
You're
gosh,
doing
no.
great.
Oh, I was just supposed to be running in the background, which is why my hair's not done. I have no makeup or jewelry on or any of that good stuff. But since you,
girl, that's what you think. God has another plan for you. You're the numerologist. You're the one who's teaching.
I love to teach.
We already mentioned Charlie Kirk being a 1.
Yep.
This is the chart right here. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not.
I'm gonna I'll be in the wings, but if I'm out, the pictures will be bigger for you. So I'm just gonna move myself here. I'll pop back in.
No, girl, you stay there because it's the presence. It's the yin and the yang. It's the male and female. It's very important. As I said, numerology is science, the father of mathematics. Numerology. Each letter has an energy, and how numerology works, it works from 1 through 9. The reason being that after 9 comes 10, which is a 1. So each vibration has its own energy. And you yourself, dear, you said that you are a 9, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That you yourself are a 9 because your birthday is what again?
June 6/12/1962.
So 6 and 12 is 18, and 19 what?
62
is an 18. 18 is 36, which is a 9. Not only are you a 9, you're a 369. That's all about creativity. What is it that you do with your creativity, with your passion, with your love, dear?
Well, I write books, I channel spirit, and I actually have 2 podcasts of my own. I'm on the Chris's network too. I do something called Spiritual Street Talk with Althea Jacob. So I love to teach.
Because you have the 369 Trinity there. So having that 369 Trinity, you're here to commune and communicate. You're here to express yourself. You're here also taking people to another level of them knowing themselves through the power of love. Because you yourself have been and have gone through hell to understand heaven. That you yourself have gone through all kinds of addictions, all kinds of pain, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And one of the things that you're here to do as a 9, and as you said, your birthday is again 6
12 1962.
So that's a 6, 12 is a 3, 1962 is a 9. So your code is 6399. You're double 9. So it's all about you learning, being that teacher, how to teach about emotion releasing, forgiveness, Ho'oponopono, not to hold on to that toxicity, not to hold on to that stuff.
Absolutely.
That crucify us. And
I try to do my best as a spiritual life coach. And in every one of my episodes, I start and end it with reminding people to share their light, shine their love, figure out what their soul's purpose is, and do that. Make sure they're impacting people's lives in a positive way. That's that kind of positive message. And forgiving others. There's no room for holding on to anything negative. To forgive, to love. We're all brothers and sisters. So I try to do that. And you're right. I lived through a lot of hell. I've shared some of my stories on other podcasts, but
well, you're a storyteller, and at the same time, this year for you, dear, has not been easy. It's been a crazy year. You've been you've been in your revolution of your evolution. You're about to change either professions or taking yourself to another level. You also might be moving from where you are, or at least changing the furniture around, because there's
That's true. lot of redecorating.
Yeah, there's a part of you that's getting bored and you wish something new, renewing yourself and stuff like that. I also would love to see you exercise. You need to walk more. You need to be motivated more to connect with that of exercise and moving your body in order to move your mind and to add happy blood into your body.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I try to swim, or I had been swimming 3 times a week. Years ago, I got hit by a car. That was one of the old tragedies. And so my knees are quite
You got hit by a car
Mhm.
because what you wished to do, you couldn't do it at the time, and it was for you to do something else.
Yeah, it was to get me to slow down too, because I was just the Energizer bunny, go, 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 doing for everybody else. I had to slow down. And, yeah.
There's not only is your voice very healing when you speak slower, but also heal thyself, heal others. So you were supposed to learn the power of the kingdom within. You were taught in that time of you recovering of how powerful you are and how powerful the invisible worlds are, having faith and trust, knowing that you'll be okay. And you did everything you can to be okay. And here you are as a author, as a teacher, as a hostess of the mostest. So you're doing everything you can to get the word out.
Yes.
Get the
That's
feeling
very much
out.
my purpose. My purpose now is to download information, to share information, and to help to demystify a lot of the stuff that's in the spiritual world so that everybody can have it be more accessible to them. Because too many times when, I mean, I was, I'm the same age probably you are, just about, Julian. And when we were in that big New Age movement in the 80s, it was so like mind-blowing, but we all talked in language that mainstream America looked at and says, like, what are you on drugs? Like, what is that? All that crazy stuff. They didn't get it. And so we had to make it much more down to earth so that people would say, oh, so talking to a spirit guide or an angel or being a medium and talking to spirits who have passed on, that's not necessarily crazy. You're just viewing another dimension that we know of from quantum physics exists. And
That's
you've
true.
trained yourself
At the same time,
right?
at the same time, it's very important to be aligned and balanced when you're doing that. And also it's knowing how to be discerning, because sometimes the messages or the places and spaces that we go to are not comfortable, or the information that we're getting is a little strange. So it's important to understand that not everything that is being told to us through spirit is truth, because there's a lot of games being played, especially now. A lot of games are being played now because people are either afraid, or they themselves are not sure, or they're angry, or they're upset, or they want revenge, or they're depressed, or something's going on. And if this is someone who wishes to speak to spirit, they have to be very careful, because the other side will play games with them.
Oh, I don't mean to, I respectfully disagree partially with what you're saying. I do understand that there are negative entities and there are tricksters and whatnot. But when you open up to spirit, if you are taught to do it properly and you set that vibration of protection, and I've shared this many times. I said the prayer that I offer is, I call out to those who guide and love me from above for guidance, protection, and connection. I ask that the energies around me be of the highest vibration and light, and that the messages that come through are clear, specific, truthful, meaningful, and of use to my client or to the people that I'm sharing the messages with. I give thanks for
right? You're already introducing the word safety and protection.
Yes. And it's important to create that so you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about the trickster coming in if you set up protection, right?
It's not to worry, but shields up. Protection is very important.
Yes.
I had a gentleman come into my space in 1992. I was going to do a conference in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Oh, cool.
To about 800 people. I was the lecturer.
I've been to Sao Paulo years ago. Beautiful place. Beautiful people.
Yes, I lived in Brazil for 8 years.
Oh, fun.
In the 90s.
Did you learn Portuguese?
Excuse me?
Did you pick up Portuguese?
Yes, eu falo Portuguese.
Nice.
And I'm meditating and praying, which I've been doing for a very long time. And all of a sudden, in golden letters over my forehead is the word Nikola Tesla.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I go, wow, I haven't heard about you, or I haven't thought about you in a long time. And there was a voice. And the next thing is that the voice took me on a journey. And that journey was where Nikola Tesla showed me how to create a Tesla field within and around me.
Nice.
Electromagnetic energy field. The field that is light frequency.
Is it something simple enough to share, or is it too complex? Because if it's simple to share, that would be awesome to let people know.
Not at all, because not only did I share it with those 800 people in 5 days, I journeyed around Brazil sharing it with top CEOs and people. And then when I came back to the United States, I came across the Nikola Tesla Foundation out of Philadelphia. They asked me to do it for them. I did it. It was filmed. It didn't come out. But when I was in LA, it's on YouTube.
Okay, cool.
And it's called Julian Tesla Meditation.
There's a man in Phoenix, Arizona, by the name of Chad Andrews, who channeled Nikola Tesla as well, and got information how to build something called an ascension chamber. And he has set up all these coils and all this amazing stuff with crystals and geometric forms. Nice. So you should definitely look him up and connect. The two of you would have a blast, I'm sure, since you have that Tesla connection.
His name is Chad Williams.
Chad Andrews.
Andrews.
And it's in Phoenix. And if you look up the Ascension Chamber, and you can go there and have a session in it, and it is just amazing. The energy is off the charts. Amazing.
See, well, this is very important to understand and know. One of the things you do very well, dear, is that you are a networker. That's what nines are.
Okay. Yep.
Nines are networkers. They know how to network.
Yep. I always look at myself as like the bridge. You know, I help people get from here to there or connect the two. So, yep, right on. I agree.
Yes. And in doing what you do it very well. And the exercise, Julian Tesla meditation, which is on YouTube, is 11 minutes. And it creates an electromagnetic energy field, a field of protection within and around you. It's like Shields Up with Star Trek.
Okay, sure.
And it's very powerful. And let me know what you think when you do it.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
So what's important is this, is for people to understand when they are connecting with spirit that they deserve to do some sort of a protection around them before they just jump into it. And that's what I was talking about, that you deserve to understand and know how to protect yourself, saying the right words, and also being in the right frame of mind.
True.
Because if you're angry, upset, if you're depressed, if you're on some sort of gummies or pills or alcohol or whatever, I would suggest for you to start calling upon spirit.
Right.
Because that's what alcohol is all about. Alcohol is spirit. It's spirit juice. So if you're on alcohol, you will connect with the spirits that are not lovable. And that's what I was talking about. It's important for people to understand, to be in the right frame of mind and to say the right words and to have the faith and trust that you are speaking with or connecting with someone or somebody on some level that is of guidance. But if they start cursing at you, as I've had clients who've told me, oh yeah, I was in Egypt. Oh, how was that? It was great. Yeah, I met this this spirit, this guide. How was that? It was great. But lately he's been putting me down and he's been non-supportive and even cursing at me.
Nope.
And I say, wow. I say, I'd love to meet this person. And you can say I do a short little version of letting go, emotion releasing, exorcism, all that and more. Because there's plenty of people who are walking around with that because they think they can just call out and you get help. It's not so easy. And that's what I was talking about, the fact that we have to be very careful and mindful.
So maybe it would be interesting for the viewers, whether they're watching it live tonight or whether they're tuning in later. So just to kind of recap, so if you have a birthday, you add up the individual numbers and break it down to its core number. Right. So like in my case, you gave that example. So this way they can each do that for their own. And so once they have that number, maybe you can you already talked about Charlie as a 1 and me as a 9. So maybe why don't we have about 15 minutes left in the show. Why don't you spend like a minute or two talking about each, like if you were a 2, this is what your life is about. Or if you're a 3, this is what your life is about. So this way they can get some, something to take away from the show that's really personal for them. Would that be, have you done that before? Or do you think that might be something useful to do now?
Yeah, I've been doing what I've been doing for 45 years. So I've done a lot with.
Oh, sure.
And I've traveled the world about it. And I've also am now writing a book. Not only do I go with individual energy of your being a 9, but your code, I call it the PIN number. Mm-hmm. Your code is because you were born in June, so you're a 6. You were born on the 12th. 1 and 2 is a 3. And you were born in 1962, which is an 18-9. So your code would be a 6, a 3, a 9, and a 9. And what that represents is the fact that that's your code. I call that the PIN number. And the fact that you have 2 9s, whenever you have 2 of the same energy of that code of 4 energies, it means great opportunities and challenges. And the 9 deals with intelligence. The 9 deals with letting go and not holding on to people or places that have hurt or harmed you in some way. The 9 represents dealing with unpredictability, dealing with your passion, being that of a vibration of dealing with people. Because whenever a 9 shows up, it shows up the fact that this person is here to work with people, but coming from that place of passion and love and understanding. The 9 is also the energy of knowing and understanding, and this helps people when they go and they let go of what their parents done, what their brothers or sisters or lover or ex-husband or ex-wife, programs and patterns, these paradigms, these matrices that are part of our lives. It's knowing how to step out of that and find our own matrix, our own design of ourselves and who we are, with the grace of all that there is and source. The 1 is all about independence. It's all about standing on your own feet. It's being the explorer, the pioneer. It's being that of fearless, having courage, going where angels don't go. You're the leader, here to teach other people how to lead. Careful of being the dictator, careful of your ego. That's the challenge of the 1. The 2 is communion, union, partnership, problem solving, host, hostess. It's the 2, it's sharing, or being non-sharing, being being jealous of the other person, and not being lying and cheating. That's the energy of the 2 on the negative level. It's also the female, it's the mother in the vibration, learning how to be a mother and a better female. The 3 is all about communication, expression. It's all about writing and speaking and also communicating. It's telecommunications. Now it's all about AI, AR, and virtual reality. The 3 is also non-communication, jealousy, as well as also in inviting gossip, which is that of the worst of the worst of the 3. The 4 is that of what we're looking at is a box. It's the building block. It's managing. It's putting things in order. It's organization. It's the building block. It's the builder. It's the architect. It's the designer. It's also the male energy. It's the father, fathering, being that of a better male. It also is a box, the box being pressured in the box, feeling boxed in, feeling depressed, feeling dead to the world. The 5 is in between 1 and 9, so it's change. It's all about being versatile and free and progressive and new with ideas, or it's being non-progressive and afraid, because the 5 deals with the 5 senses, the 5 elements. It deals with traveling, it deals with marketing, it deals with also your sensuality, your sexuality, your kundalini. It deals with also you being a very good in sales, in marketing, or not, because you can be very manipulative, you can be very addictive, because 5 is party. Let's party on, let's try anything and everything, and that can get you into trouble. The 6 is all about the arm of the arm over the 0. The 0 is your mouth. It's the speaker. It's the teacher. It's the heart. It's the romantic. It's what you're putting into your body. It's nutrition. It's also you being that of the romantic, the lover of the world, the lover, the beautifier, teaching people about beautiful things and turning them on to their heart, or being ugly, being warlike and not loving, and being also just despicable and not caring about beauty and just wanting to be ugly. The 7 is all about the 7 musical notes, the 7 colors of the rainbow. It's about research and analytical and being that of the scientist and being a philosopher and an astrologer, a numerologist, being that of sorcery and magic and opening yourself up to other worlds, being the bridge between and also accepting the visible and the invisible world, having faith or trust, or being isolated and scared, or being addictive, because 7s are the most addictive of all energies. So addictive to not be mindful, but addictive to block your mind or confuse you through alcohol, drugs, gambling, porn, something of that nature. The 8 is all about power. It's about the harmony of those 2 zeros. It's about the balance, the harmony between the physical and material and money world of the bottom 0 and the top being that of your mental and spiritual. It's banking, it's government, it's you knowing how to delegate your power with people of power and not being afraid of your own power. It's understanding and also that of the infinity symbol, that of the mother's breast, which is a metaphor of you nurturing, giving soul force, soul juice onto other beings, not being a dictator, not being that of a person who just is a power hungry son of a whatever. The 9 is what you are, and the 9 is the completion vibration, and it has all the energies. We're in September now, in this 9 of understanding unconditional love, being aware and careful of what you're speaking, being careful of understanding and knowing that in this life you could be Hindu, you could be Jewish, you could be Catholic, you could be Zoroastrian, you could be whatever you are, you could be your culture could be, or your religion could be whatever it is in this life. The 9 is here to understand that you've had other lives, past, present, future, now. So how can you judge people if you yourself have been this person possibly in another life? It's for you to have an understanding of the matrix. It's for you to have an understanding of people's lives, of their patterns and their programs, from not only from themselves, but their parents, teachers, society, government, religion, and knowing how to step out of that, being one with higher mind of that 0, of that 9, being one with God consciousness. But to be there, you need to remove all toxicity, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and to come from a place of unconditional love, because 9 is globality. It is being human. It is being humble. It's being that of loving yourself and loving others.
So our year is 2025, which is a 9. So those issues that you just described are going to go across all of us, no matter what our personal number is, but we're in the vibration of a 9 year. So
That's
it's going to bring up those kind of issues, correct?
That's right. And that's why September, which is now, is even more challenging, because we're being asked, because whatever we're looking at in the mirror, when we look in the mirror, we are now reflecting and we're duplicating and triplicating that energy. So it's very important to come from a place of removing all toxicity on all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and being aware and careful of what you're speaking and how you're speaking and who you're speaking to, and to be more mindful, because you're being asked to embrace humanity, which is all about community, communion, and this love vibration.
So if this year, 2025, is about this completion, and So 2026 will be what, a rebirth then, or what would that one be?
It's a rebooting and rebirth, and it's for you to take a look at and see what you've been doing in, let's say, the year 2016. What were you doing in 2016? Because it has a timeline with yourself in 2016, 2017, when you were a 9 going into a 1. What were you doing in 2007 going into 2008? A 9 to a 1. What were you doing in 1998, 1999? You were going into a 9 to a 1. So these are timelines to see how much you've evolved and how much you yourself have learned about being who you are on this planet now, being the navigator of your spaceship.
Cool. So we're just about out of time. Is there a final message, something you want to promote? Do you want to tell them about a class or a book, or how they can find you? They know down there is in the banner. Any last message or coming attractions for next week you want to share?
What I'm here to share is the fact that support people of like mind and consciousness who are coming from a place of love. As well as you can always reach me, and I'd love to talk to you about any subject about yourself. And call me 323-384-1333. I'm on all social media: Facebook, Julian Michael; Twitter, Julian Michael 11, which is X; on TikTok, Julian Michael 89; on LinkedIn, Julian Michael; and on Instagram, Soul Magic, SOLMAGIK. As well as I do Pearls of the Day, which is connected with a pearl of wisdom in regards to the day, as well as with yourself. So this is something that I do, and it's on all my virtual media and all my pages. And it's been a pleasure sharing with you, Alethea, and thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. Good night, everybody.
Blessings to you.
Thanks. You too.
Coming to a YouTube channel